Askreddit. Gamers of Reddit, what game has hooked you the longest, and why? Mountain Blade Warband. Want to crush some peasants? Be a mercenary? Or a lord? This game has it all, and the glorious butter. Have you tried the Viking Conquest expansion? It is awesome if you want to play in a more historical setting. I can't wait for my grandchildren to be able to play Mountain Blade 2. Kerbal Space Program. Over 1,000 hours logged. I think it's the fact that I can build a rocket ship and land it on the moon. I'm not very good at the game. I can barely make it to the third planet, but I just love building crazy rockets and seeing if they work. I'm over 2,000 at this point. Have landed and launched from every planet and moon, but I find myself coming back to design yet another big craft, or a new type of shuttle or rover. There's always an idea stirring about a better way to do something. RimWorld. Base game has hundreds of hours of gameplay, mods add even more. RimWorld is the only game where I can take a decrepit old lady with dementia, 2 cataracts, and a bad back and slowly turn her into a killer robot as I replace her limb by limb. And then you replace her arms with alien robot blades and her demented brain with an AI core, and then the AI runs rampant and she cuts a bunch of people's limbs off and you end up salvaging her for parts. Everybody loves a good rim. Age of Empires 2. So glad to still be able to get home and play this game. It truly withstood the test of time. I don't think Civilian 5 has ever failed to keep me entertained, which is why I keep coming back to it. I actually avoided playing it because I know as soon as I run it, the entire day is gone. Sims. I love just spending hours building houses. I make ridiculous storylines for all my little Sims, and before you know it, one of them always becomes some dude who sits on a computer all day long. Animal Crossing. Checked in every single day for an embarrassingly long amount of time. I have other game systems, but of the games I've played, I've never been so attached for so many hours. I'm expecting to be glued to my Switch when the New Horizons comes out. Finally found my people. This is my favorite game series of all times. I have AC World on my GameCube that's over 15 years old that I still play. Game? Factorio. Reason? The factory must grow. Honestly though, Factorio keeps my attention because there's infinite possibilities and there's basically no penalty for changing your direction. Want to move this entire factory over 3 squares so you can make a perfect smiley face? Okay, no problem, man. Your robots will take care of it in a couple minutes. Realize you placed the wrong kind of thing? No worries. Here it is back in your inventory. Noticeable exception? The fucking bugs that destroy your shit. RuneScape. Specifically OSRS. The oldest account I own right now was created 4,986 days ago. Over 13 years. With 77 and a half days worth of game time just in OSRS. This doesn't even account for the time that my account has on RS3. The thing with RuneScape is, even if you say you've quit, you never truly quit. Came here to type this same message. Working on 99 mining right now. Titanfall 2. Because the movement, the story, and everything. D&D? Imagination. After 10 long years, I was finally allowed to play with my brother and his friends. We have 3 weekly games going. Man, I am almost ashamed of how many hours I've put into watching Critical Role. Halo. I've bought every Xbox to play just one game, and that's Halo. Edit. My first silver ever. Thank you, kind stranger. And on a simple comment, but the heart behind it is so much greater. I love and trying to get through everyone's response. I love Halo so much. So many memories and totally excited to see everyone love the game. Thank you again. Smash Bros. Wasn't much of a gamer before, and now this is my main hobby. I've always loved learning, and you can learn so much from the sandbox aspect of the game. Fighting games are so focused on self-improvement, and I love it. World of Warcraft. Vanilla through Cataclysm. Edit. A lot of people share this opinion on why they played it for so long. For me, It was the community. A lot of my time playing was interacting and chat with my guildmates. Some of those I still remain in contact with even after 7 to 8 years of not playing. I also believe that World of Warcraft was popular because Warcraft 3 being such a big impact on gaming. From a business strategy, it was a genius move to have an MMORPG based on such a successful and popular franchise. Stardew Valley. I paid $15 for Stardew Valley in 2015. I'm still playing that mother to this day. I'll have passed the 500-hour mark by the time I'm finished with my current run. Same. I got a second win when the multiplayer feature was patched in. Now I can run my mayonnaise empire with my long-distance friend. I know, right? It's so fun to build up a farm and be friends with the whole town. My yard at my house withered and died while I worked feverishly to make sure my Stardew farm flourished. Me and my wife ended up buying a second PlayStation because of this game. Monster Hunter. 500 hours into World plus Iceborne? 550 into 3 Ultimate? Mostly solo, 400 into 4 Ultimate, and 250 into Generations. It's something about how the combat feels. The variety of weapons, the meticulous detail the devs put into each monster, and the world around them. That keeps me coming back and wanting more. Every quest is a boss fight, and I love the adrenaline rush. Minecraft. Do you really need an explanation? Vanilla Minecraft ate 5 years of my life, and they were well spent. It's not your craft or our craft, it's Minecraft, so leave me alone. First Night Minecraft is the scariest game there is, in my opinion. Getting lost in a deep cave system as a newbie was as intense as the game can get. Rocket League for sure. No way to freaking peak in this game. Rocket League's skill ceiling is still rising. I wonder if there will be anything that we can't do. Like 3 to 4 years ago, even the pros looked like what low champ is today. Shouldn't have to scroll down this far. Left 4 Dead series. Such a great co-op game, which was one of the first to introduce face-paced zombies. I have a combination of 1,400 hours between the two games, and is always a blast to replay through the old campaigns as well as the new ones being made by the modding community. I've accumulated over 1,500 hours on Left 4 Dead 2 on PC because of the Steam Workshop. I personally think the custom maps are better than the developer ones. The GoldenEye campaign is my top 5. Warcraft 3 because of its custom maps. I wish old Battle.net tracked the amount of time you spend in the game. I played a lot of Dota and tower defense maps. I mean, Skyrim plus mods. You want to play a horny game? Skyrim with mods has got you. You want to play a brutally unforgiving technical combat game? Skyrim with mods has got you. You want to play an immersive survival game and micromanage your needs? Skyrim with mods has got you. You want to play a farming game? Skyrim with mods. You want to drown in lore and stories? Let me fucking introduce you to interesting NPC mod. Want to play a simple hunter who lives off the land? Skyrim with mods. Want an absolute batshit insane surreal experience? Modded Skyrim. It's not even about Skyrim itself as a game, it's about how wonderfully moddable it is. It can become almost anything you want it to be. Want Thomas the Train, Master Chief, and a mud crab with a top hat and a monocle in your game? Skyrim with mods. League of Legends, because I'm only happy when I'm angry. I always wonder why League is often so far down in these threads, but then I remember that all the people who play League are most likely busy playing League. Probably Borderlands 2. I spent hundreds of hours farming the right gear to make the perfect build. The feeling of accomplishment after finally getting the drop you needed with perfect parts was untoppable. I had easily 1,000 plus hours logged and probably 10 to 15 max level saves. Borderlands 3 is a pretty great game, but I don't know if anything can match how addicting Borderlands 2 was for me. Honestly, can't believe I had to scroll this far down to find Borderlands. The nerve of the internet, I tell you what. 3 is great. It's fun, and my husband and I are working on our TVHM playthrough now. But when I play on my own, it's usually Borderlands 2. My husband introduced me to the series a few years ago, and my spaz brain immediately got super into builds and guns and every little thing I could possibly find. Now I'm gonna go pick up Borderlands 2 again. Thanks, Gage for Life. Diablo 2. I desperately needed there to be a mention of this game. Stay a while and listen. Old Deckhand Kane, you shall be missed. Witcher 3. Injected in my veins. I go home and keep playing my new playthrough? I did the worst possible thing to myself with this. Knocked up the wife with the kid due in June and got into The Witcher 3. And the DLC about a month ago. I'm never finishing this game, am I? Enter Gungeon. Why? Because it is quite possibly one of the most difficult games I've played. It is frustrating that I'm so bad at it, but I won't put it down because I just have to at least defeat the dragon. At least once. I mean, who wouldn't love a game that lets you pick up a gun that is shaped like a bullet that shoots little miniguns that also shoot bullets? This game is nuts. Subscribe and like. See you next time, friends.